Gerwyn, thanks very much for joining us. One of your biggest challenges during lockdown was keeping the kids off the Wi-Fi during the home tour. How did you find the experience of online darts?
For me, I don't think it was for me. I need the adrenaline. I need the atmosphere. I know the Pro Tours, there's no crowd or anything, but I don't know. It just feels a lot different being in the environment with all the players, even on the live stream or just playing when someone's there against you. I just need that intensity, and from my kitchen, I just don't think I have that. Like.
Yeah, you speak about the intensity there. The news broke yesterday that unfortunately the World Matchplay will be played behind closed doors in Milton Keynes. With it being such a big tournament, how do you think that will feel while you're playing it? Because it's obviously one of the biggest tournaments in the game, but you'll be playing it with no crowd. What do you think that'll be like?
Yeah, obviously it's going to be different and difficult, I think, but at the same time, it's going to be the same format. I think it's first to 10 in the first round, and over those longer formats, I think I prefer that. And I think the likes of Michael and Peter, they prefer that as well. You know, so it's going to be behind closed doors. It's going to be different to a Pro Tour. I don't know if they're going to set it up different or if it's just going to be like a live stream. I'm not sure, but it's just a pity, you know, for the crowd. And I thought there was a chance that it was going to be a crowd there to come and watch, but you know, at least the event is on. At least we're still going to be playing. It's going to be broadcast, and yeah, I'm just happy to be playing again. It is going to be difficult, but you know, we just have to deal with it, I think.
You have had experience of playing in this sort of environment before. The 2018 UK Open, of course, no crowd allowed in because of the weather conditions. If you can remember, what was that like to play in, with it being on the stage but not having a crowd?
To be honest with you, I didn't mind it. I don't mind if there's a crowd or not, but obviously in TV events and the big majors, then the crowd does make it extra special. But I can deal with the crowd or without. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, in Butlins, I think I got to the quarters, I think. It was a bit difficult there because that's all I could hear was Matt Ward in the crowd, and he was going, "Come on, James!" But I wouldn't have usually heard that. Like, and on a Pro Tour, you wouldn't hear that either. But yeah, it is a bit different. But like I said, we've been in that situation before, and we'll deal with it.
For the fans who maybe don't normally watch darts behind closed doors, just give them a flavour of what they can expect from you. We've seen you play some really good stuff for the last few years, and some really great games. One against Christoph Ratajski springs to mind as a particularly exciting game. Just tell the fans sort of how you play behind closed doors.
I tried to be myself, but obviously with the rules being different, and you're not allowed to, you have to be quiet, you have to not say. But I don't know if it's going to be the same, if the rules are going to be the same with this, or whether we have to be the way we are on Pro Tours. But if it is like a Pro Tour, you have to play sort of within, well, I do anyway, I have to play sort of within myself, control myself a lot more. And yeah, sometimes I play a bit better then though, so it could work both ways for me. And if I can control myself on the big stage, sometimes I seem to play a bit better then as well. But I don't know, if it's going to be those sort of rules, then yeah, it's going to be a little bit different to the way I play on TV.
But having said that, we've seen you play some of the best darts ever on the Players' Championship events. Last year in particular, I think you won 2 in the same weekend, and you were unplayable, really. So that's a good omen for you heading into the Summer Series and the match play.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like sometimes when I play within myself, or I control myself a lot better than. But it's hard to do it on TV when you're in the moment. You got the crowd and the atmosphere, the adrenaline. It's difficult to control yourself. It just comes out. And some people think I do it on purpose, but I don't. And you know, when you're in the Pro Tour and it's all quiet, it's just you and another player, it's easier to control yourself, I think, and easier to keep yourself in the zone. But yeah, like I said, I play a lot better in those conditions, and it's just trying to get me to play that way on stage as well. But you know, it might work out. I might go win the match play if it's behind closed. Well, it is behind closed doors, so I might play a bit better. You never know.
And for you, how has practice been going? And if practice has been going well, do you think that's an indication of how you will play, or is it sort of unknown until you get there?
Honest to God, I'm not a big practicer, but like I said, the last 7 to 10 days, I've never practiced so much. I've been on the board now 6-7 hours and just putting in a lot of practice, and it seems to work, you know. And I used to be a big believer that you can over practice, but I seem to be playing better than when we finished. But it's not as easy at the play here as it is in my kitchen and practice. You just need to replicate that on a match board. But yeah, I'm playing just as good, if not better, than when we finished off.
We've had some players saying that they think the standard's going to increase when we come back, and some saying that it's going to decrease. Obviously, we don't know, but if you had to guess, do you think it'd be the usual names at the top, or do you think we might see a few surprises?
You always get surprises, but I think that you will see the usual boys getting towards the end of tournaments. You will get the odd one or two, but you always get that. But yeah, I think everybody's been practicing hard and they're going to be ready for these tournaments. If they haven't, then they're just fools. Like I said, I've been practicing harder than ever, and I'm ready, and I hope everybody else is ready, because I just think everybody's going to hit the ground running, and we're all just going to be in top gear after the first game, or even in the first game.
And just a final one, in sort of general darts, really. The improvement you've made as a player over the last few years is unrivaled. Do you think that improvement will continue, and what's your ultimate ambition over the next year or two?
Yeah, definitely. I'm still pretty new. If you compare me to any other players, I know like to Rob Cross and everyone is still new, and he's done fantastically well. Same as Nathan. But I've got a hell of a lot more inside me, and I know I played well in the Grand Slam last year. I played pretty decent in the Worlds. I was never on my A game, but got to the semis. I know that I've got a lot more inside, and if I can just bring that out and bring over the next 3, 4, 5 years, then yeah, I think I will get the number one, and hopefully I can be as dominant as Michael has been over the last couple of years, and I truly believe that I can be as well.
Scary prospect for other players then.
Yeah, well, hopefully it comes to reality, but it's just what I think personally, the way I practice, and the hard work needs to go in. You can't just click a finger or flick a switch and it works. You need to put the hard work in beforehand. I've been playing now for 7 years, and it's finally coming that I'm playing pretty well, but over the next 7 years, then I think I'll be a hell of a lot better, and I'm more established as well.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks for speaking to us, Gerwyn.